Hey friends, welcome to Moxie Gardens. I'm Mike Toomey, and today I've already went down and purchased a new gate from Kansas City. Found it on the marketplace. Now I've got to get the post hole diggers. We're going to be adding a really nice surprise for the west side of the garden. So probably more than likely, most of this week will evolve that part of the garden. We're going to spruce it up. I'm going to add a gate. We're going to add lights, stepping stones. Gosh, it's just going to be an all-week kind of project. So feel free to follow along all week. We're going to get that started. I cannot wait to figure out the gate. Plus, I need your help. We got to figure out a color. It's in white. I'm going to share it with you. But I kind of want to go and do purple or black. So we'll be planting up the post. Yeah, there's a lot to do for this space. And it would be nice if I could just go ahead and wrap it all up in one day. But I can't, because my mind sometimes just goes out there. And then a little bit of this, a little bit of that leads to a little bit more of this and a little bit more of that. So that being said, let me grab the post hole diggers. We're going to head over there. I'll show you the gate, and then we're going to start digging some holes. Cannot wait to add this interest. It's really going to pull it together. So that being said, let's get started. Okay, guys, for perspective, this is what we're looking at. We're going to end up putting that gate in somewhere right in here. You can see here, this is just a cozy little nook on the west side of our home. I just did a garden tour yesterday, I believe, depending on when you see this. Anyway, we talked about just taking a little bit of property. Everybody thinks that you have to have a lot of property to make this magnificent garden. You don't. So I have a little bit of property in certain spots. We've just really kind of emphasized the beauty of certain things, and then all of a sudden we have this beautiful transition into this garden space right here. So we're looking at our home's probably 50 feet long or wide. So we're looking at probably 50, maybe 45 feet right here alongside our property. I do have a sheet over our beautiful hosta here. I believe that is guacamole, but I could be 100% wrong too. Got another one right here, so we just protect it because up against the house it just burns. Anyway, we are going to add that gate somewhere right where I'm standing, and eventually, and I'll probably repeat this 1,000 times, and I do apologize, but our black lace elderberry here will eventually help me canopy this this new gate. So let me go dig it out of the truck and let's get started. So my gate's 35 inches wide, 80 inches tall. It's pretty significant, and it's very heavy. That's what I really liked about it. As you've seen, I put it up against the side. We'll get into it more as we continue to make the progress throughout the day. But I got to get the post set in, and I need to set the concrete. But I need to find the perfect opportunity to add this gate. Part of me wants to set it just past the retaining wall, where you have to walk around that edge. Part of me wants to set it almost perfectly even center of the wall, but then I'm really going to be able to see it from that angle. What I don't want is to look like I purposely set it up in a way that draws you in from the sidewalk. I really want you to use your imagination. I want a glimpse of it from the sidewalk as people are walking by. I want to challenge the imagination to where they have to ask, hey, what's going on back there? What do you got a gate to back there? So those are the things that are coming up in my mind. How to create this fairy tale look, this this little nook. How can I create as much charm and mystery to the overall design and look of it? So we're gonna play with this for a little bit, try to figure out where I want to set it up. But I'm telling you, I think this is really gonna be nice. It's gonna take some time, but I think it's gonna look nice. Another part of the design is, do I open it in or do I open it out? So I think instead of trying to match it up evenly with the home, I think I'm going to leave it at a slant. So it's more or less like this. It's hidden from the street in a way that still draws you in. And then when I open it up, whether I open it this way or I pull, it goes with the flow. I can't see our little hobbit village back there. I can only see part of the trail. Yeah. So then it wraps around, and I think that would be, almost wonder if I shouldn't pull it. Do I? You're walking in, what's more mysterious? Opening it this way or opening it that way? The reason why that is so important is because that's the side my hinge needs to go on. That's where I need to put my most of my concrete. One side doesn't need concrete. Yeah, because the post will lean the whatever side the hinge is on, so it needs to have the most concrete. Decisions. All right, friends, we're rocking and rolling. You can see here on the left of your screen, we've got the post in concrete. That one is solidifying. We'll give it some time to dry. Perhaps tomorrow I'll be able to go and attach the gate to that. It will be swinging off of that post. This other hole right here is where it will latch. I don't have to go as deep, nor do I have to set that in concrete, because all it is going to do is latch. Once I tamp down all the clay soil around it, it'll be pretty strong. I don't need to waste money on another bag. I do want you to know that all this will be, once we paint our home, this will all be painted the same color as our home, so it won't stand out. It just won't happen today. But right behind there, you can see I dug another hole. If you can imagine, this is where our light system is going to sway back and forth. So anywhere you've seen me parking a post or digging a hole, we're going to go in and start setting our post. I think we got 5 holes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 5 holes, excluding the 2 that are going to hold the post. So then we have another one right here, another one right there. This will allow our light system to kind of dangle through there. That'll give it some more whimsy and more cozy feel through here. So I'm going to go get the posts. We'll start putting those in the ground, and certainly it'll start coming together. Do have a chance for storms coming in, so that's fun too. I always love the atmosphere whenever we get some rain. Just prior to it, you can start to smell it. It's wonderful. All right, let me get the post and we'll start getting that anchored. Okay guys, this is going to be a unique piece for our garden. We're not typically used to adding this type of character into the garden. I like to buy stuff. I like old rusty stuff. So this will be unique. The good thing about it is it will be on the west side of our home. And so it's not going to clash with anything that we have over here. But I really like all the artwork in there. That's wrought iron probably, or some type of metal, but I would assume wrought iron. I think it's going to be fun in there. I'm kind of flip-flopping and tossing and turning on the color. Jesse says the white looks awesome. Keep it, let it patina, and continue to use that towards our advantage. Something in me says get a dark purple like we have in several spots in the garden, just to continue that color throughout. Another part of me says go with black. So Jesse's going to probably win on this one, because I really don't have a preference either way. Just something about it what makes me want to add a bit of purple to it. And then we will not have the handle complete when this project's complete. We will end up going antique shopping, and I'll find me something fun and something that works with this. I'm going to have to find something that actually works well enough that it actually is made for this. So we'll see how that all turns out. I've got to do some research on that. That's the only downside to this piece, is that it didn't have a handle. If not, and I can't find something, which I'm pretty sure I will, but if I can't, I'll probably make something, and I can do that. Or probably have my brother weld me up something nice that will fit in those double holes. We're going to swing around here real quick. You could probably see, I'll get over here. The sky is super dark. We're about to get a little bit of rain, which is fun. Our grass is real lush, and I've always liked that. A lot of people don't like a grassy area. I really like grass in my landscape. It works real well with the garden in the back, but then also here, it's just really calm, really, it's just something good for my taste. The dogs come out here and they got to go potty. It's fun for them to, not fun, but it's a place that they don't have to go and scratch up mulch and all that type of stuff. Also too, the kids, when I have grandbabies, will be rustling around and playing in here. The reason why I brought that up is you can start to see where I got narrowed in, and my trail is really, I beat up that grass really good. And so when I would mow back here, we started to get to a point where there's just so much shade that it really doesn't stand on its own. So I'm slightly okay with losing most of the grass. My intentions are, like I said in the beginning, is there's going to be stepping stones in here. I just have to gather the idea. I don't have the vision just yet. It's not a complete vision. I'm trying to decide, do I go with, larger singular stepping stones, or do I go with some type of stepping stones that are, touching one another? I kind of wanted to use the stepping stones that we've used in the backyard to carry that same look over here. At the same time, I'm down to just a little bit, and I like them where they're at on the fence. Perhaps I'll take you back there and show you if I can remember before I close this video out, but a singular stepping stones would look good, offsetting them like we do with our bridges and whatnot. But on the flip side, do I just get some red bricks? Perhaps, maybe it's not even earth tone colors, stones. Maybe we've got the blue here. And then you could probably recall that we have the blue all the way through here. I don't want to use blue. I don't want it to clash. So, right now, maybe I go on Marketplace right now, Facebook Marketplace, and find me someone who's getting rid of red bricks. And so maybe I start the red bricks right here, and then somewhere back here, and then let some singular pieces, maybe some broke up pieces as well, kind of start to lead the way as we walk right through here. And then it fades out towards the end, because I still have to have this space opened up so that the water can continue to drain out as it comes washing off the roof behind me or above me. So I've got opportunities at stuff, right? I've got possibilities. I can use earth tone colors from stepping stones from a nursery, or I can go on the Marketplace and see if I can't find me up some bricks. Now that we're talking so much about bricks, I may actually go with some bricks, and then, not not lock them into concrete, but kind of lock them in here to where it's nice, a nice transition, but also looks kind of messy, if that makes sense. Like it was nice at one point, and then over time, the ground and everything is shifted and unsettled, and so then that gives that more old old world look. And then I think that would look fun because if you recall, we've got the driftwood that we set here to make it look and appear as if an old tree had fallen and this place had been forgotten about. Again, you can use whatever your vision is. It's your story. It's my garden, but it's your story. So you can just kind of visualize different elements. But I'm thinking red brick, red center blocks. That might actually look really cool through here. Yeah, I don't know. So you recall we put the concrete in this stone. This one's going to hold the door. I believe I kind of wanted the door to open in. That was a big element. In fact, I stopped the video, but I still thought about it for a while. But I thought if I open it in, though, my Leyland cypress, I've got it tied back so I could paint. But I'm thinking if I opened it in, there was going to be a lot of branches coming through the door, and then over time could, as this continues to grow, they would get stuck. So I'm thinking I'm going to open it up and allow myself to go in. I tossed and turned on that. I think I can still manipulate it if I don't like it in the original. I can just fill this piece in with concrete. I'll have to make that hole a little bit bigger, but that's why this is the only one that needed the concrete. This one should be latched right there. That's a lot of words to explain kind of my vision, and I do apologize. And then, as you've seen, you have to just kind of pretend this will all be painted when we have our house painted. Of course, I still need the drainage, but I can color code that so it just kind of disappears in the background. But the post, we painted all our posts black by painting chicken wire and different structures in your garden black that you don't want to stand out. Sometimes they disappear, and it's not so bright and in your face, and it doesn't distract you from the overall view, which, by the way, this view looks great. That black with the smoke bush there, it looks really cool. We've got another one right behind there. So I've got the outlet right here, and then if you can recall, I'm kind of jumping all over the place, but if you can envision this honeysuckle right here will grow up on here, and it's going to lap and kind of mound up on itself, and then eventually block out that window, the view, not the wind. Don't block it out, but the view overall. So that extension cord I can plug in hanging lights. So that post over there would drop over here, and I'm going to add eye bolts, and then back over this way, so on and so forth. I'll add some eye bolts on there, and then if you can imagine, this area will have draping hanging lights, and which I think will be another piece to this. So we've got lights still. We've got to figure out a walk path, a pathway through here that kind of just disappears all of a sudden, like it's been forgotten about. And then what else do we got? We've got, I want to plant up probably some little flowers right there, just something just to take away and distract from that bald spot right there. But sometimes bald spots are good. Nonetheless, guys, I think it's all coming together. Eventually, I got back up here. Eventually, when we're done, I'm going to have some artwork above, I believe, and then something coming over here. But I think once we're all done and start releasing the rope off of the Leyland cypress, everything will kind of tuck in. And so if you can imagine, I'll come back here, try to get back from my sidewalk. And now you can see why I was so hesitant on space, where I was going to go with the space. Because if you were to walk through, if you're walking by, you've got all these boxwoods. And then if you can imagine, we're going to end eventually, sorry about the wind, guys, but we'll eventually have this 9 bark will continue to drape over, and we'll just work with the branches so that we get this kind of look. And so by doing so, you're going to actually have to really look, and if it catches your eye, then you're like, oh, I got to see what's back there, because that gate is so pronounced that and fun, you're going to want to see what it is. So I guess that's it for today. We're going to get I think I'm just actually going to leave this one here, let the rain come if it shows up, and then we'll just come back tomorrow. I don't know all the plans for tomorrow. I do want to get the gate hung, probably get the lights, but if I find on Marketplace tonight, I'm going to go and do my research. If I can find something fun, something cheap or free, free's good, I will go and haul that in and see what we need to do something right here. But the plans could change, and that's a lot of what I do. I can wake up at 2:30 tonight and the plan completely change, and instead of bricks or something, maybe we do logs across there, these logs just across there, and attach them to other and make a bridge to attach it to lower sections and pull it all together. I don't know, something will come up, but I'm leaning now. I think I've kind of talked myself into the bricks. We shall see. All right, guys, that's it for today. I thank you guys for watching. We will see you folks on the flip side. Bye bye now.